just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Price event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power price, $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox, $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs, $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. The Power.
It's time now for the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. From the smallest towns to the biggest cities, watch the Iowa girl compete for the title of state champion. CISN.TV's coverage of the state tournament is presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers. Also brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers, Shields, Fairway Foods, Buena Vista University, the Better Business Bureau. Now let's go courtside at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines for state tournament basketball.
Welcome live to Wells Fargo Arena. We're halfway through the 5A quarterfinals and getting ready for number 3 here. Dar Danielson along with Laura Leonard, and we'll have the 3rd seed Dowling taking on the 6th seed Iowa City West, and we're going to see one of the best young players in the state, maybe the country here today, in Caitlin Clark, Laura.
You know, she's pretty special and top-rated recruit, class of 2020 in the country, and had the opportunity to see her play a couple of times this year, and she certainly has it all. It's impressive to watch her, but she's got some nice teammates that step up and help her out, so it's just not all about her. She's got a nice surrounding cast around her.
And I think that's probably going to be the key, as we saw in that Iowa City game. You have the big scorer, but you got to have some people to help you out a little bit too, and we saw that with Iowa City. We'll see how Dowling handles that today. Yeah,
and that's, you have to figure they're going to see some junk defenses against Caitlin Clark, and she does a nice job of recognizing that, just as we saw in the last game. Ashley Jones does too. Dishes off, sets up her teammates, and so I think you're going to see a little of that, and the teammates are going to have to step up and help out.
Iowa City West comes in. Looks like they have fairly balanced scoring. They have 2 players in double figures, and the other 3 are right close to that, so it looks like they spread the ball out pretty well.
Yeah, they do. I think they've got all 5 players on the floor scoring threats, and so defensively you can't really sag, you can't really help out, so communication is going to be key. You're going to have to know where your player is at all times.
Well, I appreciate you joining us here on the Mid-American Energy Iowa High School Girls Sports Network on CISN. The first 2 quarterfinals, Johnston down to Waukee 73-48, and then the 78-62 Iowa City High over Valley. So far the seeds holding out. Johnston, Waukee a 4-5 seed, and those 2 teams had seen each other during the season, so we knew that was going to be a pretty tight one. And Iowa City High comes out with the number 1 target on them, and they followed through and did what they needed to do to advance.
And both of those games fairly high scoring as well, so they're putting up some points, and it's been up and down type of basketball. I think you're going to see the same thing here. Both these teams can score, and they can score at a great pace, and and I think we touched on it a little bit in that last game, you don't want your opponent to go on a big-time run. You've got to squelch those runs and not allow a 10-0 or a 15-0 type of run to put yourself in a hole. You want to stay even and then try to produce some kind of run on your own.
And I think I've seen a couple Dowling games this year, and one of the things is if they just stay close, Caitlin Clark, she can go where she has a quarter where she doesn't score at all, but then she can light it up, and if you stay close, she can keep you in it late in the game and maybe push you over the top or send you to overtime and that. And that's one of the nice things about having a scorer like that is when you need to go to her, it seems like late in the game she's there and ready to bring you back in.
And she's a pressure shooter as well and a clutch shooter, and I think we've probably seen some games where they've had two defenders on her at a crucial time, and she's been able to rise up and calmly knock down a shot either to tie a game or win a ball game for them.
And what I've seen of her, it doesn't seem like it phases her too much, knowing that she's going to get a lot of that attention, and she does, but she just seems to handle it pretty well so far for somebody of her age.
I think she welcomes it. I really do. I think she thrives on that, and as I said, she's got a good support cast, and I think she understands the game and understands what her team needs to do to survive in advance.
Well, the team's lining up here. We're getting ready to go on the floor, and here the starting lineups and the introductions here today. And they always do some of the fans of the game, so we appreciate you watching, and also remind you if you didn't get a chance to see the game, they'll all be archived. You can go back and look at them again on CSN.TV, so a good chance to go back and don't keep track of how many mistakes I make, though, when you do that. I mean, Laura's pretty good, but
no, I think we might not want to see our score sheet, our stat sheet at the end of a broadcast.
But we have fun. That's the main thing about it.
That's right.
I mean, how can you beat it being here courtside and seeing the girls' state basketball tournament? We get ready to go over for the introductions here courtside of Iowa City West and the Dowling Catholic Maroons. 20-3 Dowling, 16-7 Iowa City.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa for today's 2018 IGHSAU Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Basketball quarterfinal matchup featuring the number 6 seed Iowa City West Trojans and the number 3 seed Dowling Catholic Maroons. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Iowa City West and Dowling Catholic High Schools. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Karen Brown of the IGHSAU will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Iowa City West, Jeff and Karna Wick. And from Dowling Catholic, Joylyn Cataldo. Fans, it's time to introduce the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters for the number 6 seed Iowa City West Trojans. Number 3, Matea Tellis. Number 11, Sydney Allen. Number 14, Evelyn Lopez. Number 15, Carrie Callahan. Number 21, Grace Schneider. Number 23, Audrey Cook. Number 25, Brianna Faulkner. Number 30, Paige Beckner. Assistant coaches, Brian Motley, Jesse Searles, Erica Muntz, and Allie Scott. Now let's meet the non-starters for the number 3 seed, the Dowling Catholic Maroons. Number 1, Ella McVeigh. Number 3, Brianna Rodriguez. Number 13, Meg Sedlock. Number 25, Maddie Allen. Number 31, Grace Garber. Number 33, Allie Hicker. Number 35, JC Cogley. Number 41, Jessie Sarcone. Number 55, Nee Tong. Assistant coaches, Joel Danner, Scott Babanot, Jonathan Vanderlaw, and Lisa Smith. Now let's meet the starters for both teams. For the Trojans, a 5'9" junior, number 2, Kayla Morgan. For the Maroons, a 5'11" sophomore, number 11, Kaylin Clark. For the Trojans, a 5'5" junior, number 4, Lauren Zacharias. For the Maroons, a 5'8" senior, number 15, Caitlin Moses. For the Trojans, a 5'8" senior, number 13, Rachel Saunders. For the Maroons, a 5'6" senior, number 21, Mia Calvo. For the Trojans, a 6'1" senior, number 22, Logan Cook. And for the Maroons, a 5'8" senior, number 23, Anna Wanick. For the Trojans, a 5'11" junior, number 24, Emma Cook. And for the Maroons, a 6' senior, number 45, Josie Weiler. Head coach for the Trojans is BJ Mayer. Head coach for the Maroons is Kristen Meyer. The officials for today's game are Dave Rickman, Michael Lawler, Tyler Eason, and Michael Haley.
And here we go, about ready for basketball. Starting lineups brought to you by Buena Vista University, and probably the same thing we said about the last couple games. You want to get started out and get in your rhythm here early, Laura.
That's the biggest thing, first game of the state tournament for your teams. Just go out, get a couple of reps up and down the floor, and then settle in to your rhythm and what you do offensively and defensively.
Well, here comes, you see Dowling Catholic there in the white uniforms, and Iowa City West will be in their dark uniforms. Get set to go here once again at Wells Fargo Arena, the third 5A quarterfinal, day number 1 of the state basketball tournament. High above Wells Fargo Arena, you see the tip up, and Caitlin Clark will take it in and get Dowling started on offense. And knocked away on the far side. We'll try to go with Anna Wanick.
Rachel Saunders out there defensively, so it looks like Iowa City West is going to get out and pressure, overplay the passing lanes.
Caitlin Moses to Wanick. Man-to-man defense by City High. Caitlin Clark behind the back. Pops it. Classic Caitlin Clark as she gets the first bucket.
You're talking about how she's something special. Just puts on a nice move right there to start the tournament.
And up in the follow.
For West, number 2, Kaylin Morgan.
By Iowa City, and it's 2-2.
Quick shot by Caitlin Clark. Maybe not what Dowling Catholic wanted. Need to run some clock, run a little offense, and get settled in.
Now in the post. There to Logan Cook, guarded by Caitlin Clark. Going to run a little motion up high there. And then we'll put up the 3. Knocked away from behind as Anna Wanick looked up court. Zacharias gets it inside. Back out to Zacharias. Off. No good. Here's Clark. She'll push it. Tried to lean in, draw some in there, and it's going to go back to Iowa City West.
Caitlin Clark out on the run and wanted to go one-on-one, took it right up against Kaylin Morgan, and Morgan stayed right with her.
Two here, back to Iowa City West, and the drive and the foul. Be a two-shot foul.
Fouls on the Maroons, number 23, Anna Wanick.
Anna Wanick.
Team first.
First
Saunders shooting 2
foul
for
of
West.
the game. And leaves that just a little short.
Rachel Saunders at the line.
74% free throw shooter on the season. And she gets the second one. Any kind of shot early on in the tournament, sometimes a little. There's a drive and leaves it short. And it's going to go out of bounds to Iowa City West.
So they showed the pressure off of makes. It looks like Iowa City West might put some pressure on in the back court. Off of misses, I think Dowling's going to try to run as much as they can.
Looking for cut inside. Turn around against Caitlin Clark, and she'll dish it back outside as Cook. Now back into Cook. This time over Clark for two.
For West, number 22, Logan Cook.
Logan Cook. It's the bucket.
Yeah, Logan Cook with a nice looking jumper that's kind of hung in the air. Shot it right up over the top of Caitlin Clark.
3-point lead for Iowa City West. Nice dump inside to Clark. Fade away is short, and rebound pulled down by Emma Cook. Back outside. They're always looking for that post entry in there, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they want to work it inside out if they can and get some post touches, see if they can get some perimeter shots and some nice balance to the game.
And Logan Cook tried to three that time, a little too much pep on that, and back the other way with it. Moses, she'll drive in, and 3-second call in the lane. I think that was Josie Filer who was probably down there a little too long.
Josie Filer, who just really started playing after Christmas, recovering from an ACL injury that happened in June, so working her way back and started getting some time. So she's really rounding into form and missed a lot of games early on, but giving them good minutes late in the season.
Paige Becker into the ball game for Iowa City West. Oh, a little high bounce there. And that goes out of bounds. High bounce for Lauren Zacharias. This floor is put over the hockey floor here, and that's why you might hear our teeth chattering at times, because it does get a little cold sitting right here.
It does. You have to wear your winter boots because your feet are right on top of the ice.
But that time a little dead spot on the floor, but goes back to Dowling. Cataldo with it. Throws it out on the wing to Moses, looking for the cutters coming through there. Now get it out to Clark. And they stick with her pretty tightly there.
Yeah, Kaylin Morgan's getting that assignment. That's going to be a good matchup to watch.
Moses back up top. DeWanick. Now they lob it down to inside to Filer. And they shut her off. And then a foul called on the reach down there. Is that Zacharias?
Yep, I think that's on Zacharias.
First foul on her and on the team here for Iowa City West. Dowling will inbound. And almost got the move to go Filer, but good defensive reaction to her.
Yeah, it was a nice inbound play and a nice pass. Filer brought that ball down around her hip and had a hard time getting it back up to where she could get a clear shot.
And the three is short. But both teams still trying to find the range early on here. Caitlin Clark Tried to do the crossover, almost lost it. Now good look underneath the Filer. She takes it up, has it blocked away. Right into the body of the defender. Outside for three. Way long, but the rebound putback is good by Emma Cook. She's probably going to say, well, that was a pass all the way.
Yeah, I think Kaylin Morgan's going to say, yeah, that was a pass. I saw her open wide open under the basket.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll do that and be back with more right after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Back to action here. Dowling got that first bucket and then outscored 7-2 by Iowa City West. Haven't been able to find the basket yet.
Now credit the West defense. They're draped all over the Maroons.
Caitlin Clark dribbles back inside and tried to go up through the hands there, and it's knocked away. They do a good job of switching off and covering, don't they?
They do, and the defense allowed Clark to get inside, but Morgan swatted it away from behind.
And when you keep your hands straight up, you're not, oh, there's a block. And a scramble for it. Moses gets in there, and timeout called, though, before Moses can get around and try to tie it up on the possession. So
30-second timeout.
Quick flurry of action, and let's just keep it right here. What?
Yeah, a couple of blocks. Defensively right now, Iowa City West dominating. Really have Dowling Catholic out of sorts. They have not been able to get in any kind of a rhythm offensively. And a lot of their offense starts with Caitlin Clark. They have not allowed her a lot of touches.
No, and then when she passes the ball off, they're quick to react and they're moving around. It's like they know where the ball is going to go, and they're really help defense. And then down there, two players, but if you have your hands straight up in the air, they're not going to call a foul if the player turns into you, jumps into you. They're going to let it go, and that's what happened on that last play down there. So good straight up defense by the women of Troy here so far in the start of this ball game. 7-2, and they have the lead in the ball. In on the block. Now dribble it back out. Cook.
Well, Cook had Caitlin Clark on the high side, and they didn't get her the ball. She wanted the lob pass over the top. Instead, stepped out, took a mid-range jumper.
Here's Clark down the lane. A little too much, and the rebound comes out to Logan Cook. Baseline, no good. And that's pulled down by J.C. Cothe, who's in there for Dowling. And a little bump against Clark by Paige Becker. And she'll pick up the foul.
Fouls on West, number 4, Lauren Zacharias. First second, team second.
They're going to be moving players in and out. A lot of different players are going to get the assignment of Caitlin Clark, and they just want to keep fresh legs on her.
In for West, number 2, Caitlin Morgan.
And they get it into Clark. She drives in, throws it all the way across, over for three, bounces high off, no good. And not many open looks right now for Dowling, are there?
No, not everything is being contested defensively by Iowa City West.
Almost threw that one away over the top there, but Kaylin Morgan brings it back. Cook off to Becker. And Clark just about knocked one away, but Iowa City West keeps possession. Jumper right side, rattles down and finally goes.
Rachel Saunders knocks that one down, and you see the big knee brace on Rachel Saunders' knee. She hurt that knee a year ago right here at Wells Fargo in the state tournament.
9-0 run now by Iowa City West after Dowling scored the first bucket. And it's going to be a 2-point first quarter unless Dowling gets this last shot. Clark fakes, gets open, 3 for Caitlin Clark.
And that one was just a little more smooth, not as rushed. And I think earlier shots from Caitlin Clark, she was forcing some things and rushing her shot.
And she skipped back and got her feet set on that shot. And now we'll see if West will play for one here. And out of the hoop, rebound, put back, not gonna go. So it'll be Iowa City West 9, Dowling 5. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
It has become something of a lost art, remembering someone's face, remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena, see Dowling Catholic students is a 9-5, not a blistering offensive show in the first quarter, Laura Leonard.
No, it sure wasn't, but you got to credit the defense, I think, from Iowa City West for that. West shooting 31% from the floor, Dowling Catholic only 18% from the floor. So that tells you what kind of defense that West is playing.
West will start out second quarter with the ball here. Rachel Saunders to Kaylin Morgan. And off to Cook. To the other Cook. And up in the air, nowhere to go with it. Clark will try to push it up the floor. Stops and gets, I think, partially blocked there. And that's going to go back to Iowa City West. A little ragged.
A little ragged.
And here comes Mia Cataldo back in. And here comes Iowa City West in the dark uniforms with the ball. And that lead. Pull-up jumper is good by Saunders.
Nobody stopped the dribble penetration. She was able to get right into the lane.
Lob inside. Clark goes up and draws the foul that time.
Now, they made a concerted effort to try to post up Clark. She's got a few inches on Kaylin Morgan trying to exploit that mismatch. Then they got the backside help, and Cook picks up the foul.
That was her first on Cook.
Clark shooting for the Maroons.
And free throw's good. And it's 11-8. There's a three, good by Kaylin Morgan.
Averages just a little over 9 points a game, and she had the opening, had the time to set the feet and pull the trigger.
And Clark puts it up and got hit heavily there. She wanted the foul, but it got the bucket, but I kind of agree with her there. A lot of contact.
There was some contact. Nice crossover dribble. Got the defense out of position. She rose up and knocked it down.
Iowa City West working it here. Cook back out for three. Good.
Basket for West, number 3, Mattia Tellis.
Mattia Tellis with the Shields three-point play.
They're getting some nice production off the bench. Mattia Tellis comes in, knocks down a big bucket.
Clark dribbles through, skips through, and gets the bucket.
I mean, she saw Logan Cook coming over, and she just sidestepped her and went to the glass.
17-11, and it hangs on the rim and pulled down there by Josie Filer. Clark outside, gets it back, and tried to get the quick shot off, and then it's going to be a foul call on the rebound, I believe, on Filer.
Fouls on the Maroons, number 45, Josie Filer. Team second.
Second team
In the
foul.
lineup for West, number 4, Lauren Zacharias, and number 30, Paige Beckner.
A lot of subs in and out of this ball game, trying to find the right combination.
Well, so far Clark scored all their points.
Well, that's what you were talking about. You need to have somebody else step up for Dowling because they can't key in on Caitlin Clark. Right now they haven't been able to stop her, but it'd be nice to have a few other people that could step up in the scoring column.
Three comes off. Moses kept it alive, and now Caitlin Clark will bring it back up. Get some instructions from the coach. And Iowa City West trying to overplay the pass a little bit there. Now they get it back to Clark. Filer gives her a high screen, and they call a foul as
Fouls on West, number 30, Paige Beckner. Her first.
Becker tried to
four.
push through that screen, I think. Fourth team foul. And they'll lob it into the backcourt to Clark. She'll go at it again down the lane, lobs it in there to Filer. Filer up and through the defense, and
Number 35, Josie Filer.
Right.
nice strong move.
She earned every bit of those 2 points. She had to work hard for those 2 points, and it was a nice pass on the inside, and she worked her way up through two defenders.
Long rebound comes off to Dowling, off the miss. Clark somehow threaded it in there to her, too.
Yeah, and I don't know how Filer went up and got it. She went up amongst a lot of hands swatting at it.
And then finished it strong. Here comes Dowling. Have it down to 4 now. Here's a three, goes long. She thought about getting Filer in on the block and then decided to shoot the three. Here's a drive. Cross court. They'll reverse it for three. No good. Rebound. Cook. Up and good.
That's good for West, number 22, Logan Cook.
Logan Cook doing a nice job going up above everybody, avoiding contact, making a nice move right back to the hoop, get the putback.
Back to a 6-point lead here for West. Their biggest has been 7. And then a foul called as Rachel Saunders a little too aggressive against Filer out front.
Fouls on West, number 13, Rachel Saunders.
Rachel Saunders, very quick, very sneaky defensively.
In for the Maroons, number 31, Grace
Doesn't
Taylor.
mind being aggressive, shaking that right hand a little bit. I don't know if something happened when she reached in there.
It seemed like Dowling passing it a little more against that West defense now, making them work a little harder.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. Make them move, get them out of position, make them rotate, create some mismatches.
Clark pulls up for three. Good! Caitlin Clark.
Number 11, Caitlin Clark.
Boy, and that was heavily defended too, and she was able to shoot it off balance and got nothing but the net.
She's got 14 of the 16 Dowling points right now. Into Cook in the block against Clark. Turnaround off, no good. Clark will get the rebound. Oh, looks up ahead, finds the open player, and it's good. Mia Cataldo.
And that's something that Dowling can do, and they will run when they have the chance. They pull the rebound, they kick somebody off the boards, and they can get out ahead of the pack.
1 point ball game, knocked away. Dowling picks it back up. Maroons on a run here. Clark pull up three, no good. She goes down, gets back up though. And here comes Iowa City West. Drive powers it up too hard. Saunders, and Clark going to take her time. She's a little
I think she's a little winded. I think all these kids are winded.
Yeah.
I think it's being played at a pace where not just the pace, but the emotions of the game.
Yeah, it's been up in your face defensively and everything contested. And there again, another foul on, that'll be Audrey Cook.
Fouls on West number 23, Audrey Cook, her first.
Her first.
Team 6.
6 team foul already here on Iowa City West. So the next one here on out, Dowling will be shooting in the 1-on-1 in the final minute and a half or so this quarter. Clark with it. Spins. Gets it back outside. Trying to get it back to Clark. Slap back though.
And they're fast. They are just fast. They're beating Dowling Catholic to the spot.
There's a three is good.
Grace Gaber.
Gaber hits the three.
And that's mainly what she does. Close to 70% of her shots come from beyond the arc.
21-19, 2-point ball game. West with the ball, under a minute here to go in the first half. To Cook. Stops, throws it across the lane there, up and good.
Good for
Tellis, one of the smallest players on the floor. I'm not sure how they found her with that pass.
Well, you had one of the tallest looking for her, so that
That's
helped,
right.
I guess, to see through the defense. Jumpers off, and it'll go back to Iowa City West.
In the lineup for the Maroons, number 35, J.C. Cote.
Looks like they credited the score to the wrong team. It should be 23-21, shouldn't it?
Number 15, Caitlin Moses.
Well, the quick stats have 21-21, but we'll have to take a look at that.
Check, maybe. Here we go. See, Iowa City will play for one.
Rachel Saunders takes a look at the clock, and it's starting to wind down, so they got to get set.
Zacharias with it. Dribbles over, stops, tries to lob it inside, but it's picked off. And they won't get anything off at the half. So 21 all here at the half. Iowa City West and Dowling. We'll take a break. We'll have some halftime guests. We'll look a little bit at the scoring. That's coming up after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Is starting to buy trucks at Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP. Select new 17 Ford F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP. Select new 17 Super Duties. Schottenkirk Ford, the truck stop. Up to $13,000 off select new F-150s. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. The truck stops here. Schottenkirk Ford.
Have to get their feet here on the pavement in B. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
All you have to do is just have
stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena, we're at halftime. Dowling Catholic 21, Iowa City West 21 in our third 5A quarterfinal of the day. And joining us now is Valley head coach Joe Segrist. And, well, you got back here to defend your title. That was the #1 goal, I know, after last year. But you ran into a pretty hot team here in Iowa City High.
Yeah, they're #1 for a reason. They've got some tough matchups out there, and the Jones sisters, and good quick point guard. So they were a tough matchup. And, yeah, we're proud of our girls for making it back here, but that's a tough team.
I know we talked about it. Nobody over 6 foot, and they had some size, but also one of the teams that can match you speed-wise, it seemed, because you guys are pretty quick, but they, every time you've got a breakaway, they'd come down and either defend it or try to knock it away.
Yeah, we knew with as many points as they were scoring, 76, 78 points a game, that's a high level. So, yeah, they got out and ran with us, and their length hurt us in that 1-3-1 a little bit, and we just couldn't replicate that in practice. We kind of knew with a couple film that we got that they'd run it, but their length disrupted us a little bit.
Zoe Young, she tried to pull you back in there. Shea Fuller, you know, you guys didn't give up, and, you know, you kept right at it. And as a coach, you got to like that.
Oh, yeah, our kids fight hard, and just real proud of the way they finished the season, winning 8 out of our last 10 to make it here and beating a really good conference champion Ankeny Centennial team to get here. So really proud of them and just their willingness to come and get better and practice each day. And we're a real young team. You know, we had some seniors step up for us in Livia and Amber. But then our core is still young, juniors, sophomores, and some freshmen. So I like where we're at, and I think we'll be tough coming back.
So now, do they you give them any time off or before they get back to the gym to shoot and work, or what's the schedule in the off season for you?
Oh yeah, it's a long season. You know, when it gets down to beginning of November to beginning of March. So they definitely will get some time off and rejuvenate, rest, recoup, and then we'll hit the ground running in early June.
I know you have girls that play other sports too, and that. And sometimes it's probably good to get away from basketball a little bit and do some other stuff, and then come back, recharge, ready to go again, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Libby's going right into soccer, and we've got some softball players, and we wouldn't be where we're at and the success that we have without our dual sport athletes. So I'm glad they play other sports. I'm a big supporter of our other sports, and we need our best athletes playing multiple sports to be as successful as we are. Surprised
at this game here, kind of a defensive battle here in this game, Dowling and Iowa City West, isn't it?
It got a slow start. That was a low-scoring first quarter with a lot of really good Division I athletes out there. So I think it might pick up a little bit in the second half, but they're back to zeros, 21-21.
Well, we always appreciate you, win or lose. You come and talk to us, and we appreciate that. And good to see you back down here at the state tournament. And we'll run into you down the line, but probably see you then next fall as you get back to basketball again, Coach.
Thanks, Dar. We appreciate you doing our games.
Coach Joe Segrist of Valley here joining us at halftime. We'll take a break, come back with another guest after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
A lot of our fast.
Back here at halftime at Wells Fargo Arena, Dar Danielson with you. 21-21, Dowling and Iowa City West in the 5A quarterfinal. Joining us is the activities director at Dowling. Well, this is a football score here.
It sure is.
21-21, but probably something that warms the football coach's heart is the defense we're seeing out there. A lot of good defense played of both teams in there.
No question. I thought Iowa City West hit some tough shots there early, and we were able to come back there in the second. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going.
What happens on a day like this? The kids get out, or what's what do you let them do for the state tournament to come down and watch?
Well, for today we had an abbreviated day. We kind of rearranged schedules. We were supposed to have an in-service tomorrow, and so just kind of depending on the results of the games determines the rest of our week. But the kids got out early, and obviously we have a good crowd here today.
And then I had a question, I lost it.
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah, I know that's. But as far as I was going to ask you about the schedule of moving the 5A up. Usually, you guys wait till was it Wednesday? You start, and yours. Does that change anything at all? As far as I suppose for you it doesn't. Maybe the coaches a little bit, but
well, for school it does. I mean, especially with the weather that we've had, and we've missed a couple of days, and you start getting short on hours, and it's something that we've had to pay close attention to, and really right now minimize the hours out of the school day, just so we make sure we're doing everything right there. So having it during the school day, I get it, because they think our kids will get out of school and come, but yet from an administrator standpoint, and that's more for Mr. Maindring to take care of, is making sure we have our hours on target with the requirements.
Because that's a makeup of hours. It's not like you go a day for a day, right?
Right. They changed that a few years ago, and it's a matter of hours, and so we have to pay close attention to that. But obviously with the state basketball and other state events, we're certainly glad to do it.
I was talking a little bit with Coach Segrist about how long he lets the team have off before they get back to basketball. Your football athletes, what are they doing at this time of year? Just anything at all?
Oh yeah, well we've got our weight room going in full swing, and we've got speed and agility that our kids do running at 6 o'clock in the morning, and our in-season athletes. So right now we've still got basketball players, and that we're still in in stride for the tournament throw. We play tomorrow night. We've got track that has started, so we've got kids doing that. But the kids that aren't out for a winter or spring sport, we have them right now.
Well, this is fun, isn't it? It's kind of everybody down here and the students and everything. It's the kind of thing that you like as an activities director and as a coach, isn't it? To see the two best teams going at it in the state.
No, there's no question. It's a great atmosphere, great place to have it. Our crowd is showing up today, which makes it exciting for our girls. And these girls and coaches put in an awful lot of time, and to be able to get here is a great accomplishment. And you just hope you get here to get the chance to keep playing one more.
All right. Well. Will be interesting to see if that trophy moves from Central Iowa over the eastern side of the state. It looks like the Iowa City teams are going to give a hard pull at that to try to get it back over there in this 5A girls basketball.
I don't think there's any question. Cedar Falls has got a good team too, but we'll do all we can do to try to keep it right here in the Des Moines area.
All right, thanks for joining us here. We'll take a break. Be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health. Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena, Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard, and Tracy Bailey, Southeast Bowl coach, is joining us. And talk a little bit about this game. A pretty defensive affair. Are you surprised by that at all to start out?
Game where I think they had 27 points in the first quarter, but I think everybody was a little nervous in the beginning of this one and taking some quick shots, and now I think they're settled in. I think the second half it'll be a lot better offensively.
A couple observations on those first two matchups with Johnston winning and Iowa City High winning. What did you see in those two games?
I thought Johnston played really well today. They played well together. They passed the ball well. I think Iowa City High is really good. I hadn't seen them play this year, and I knew they had Jones, but I was surprised at the balanced scoring, and I mean, she had a lot, but they also had some people she could kick to that knocked down some really big shots.
So what's gonna, this game, tight one, what's gonna decide it then in this one?
I don't know. I'm a team first kind of girl, so I think whoever passes the ball best and uses their whole team, I think will probably win.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. We were gonna have you in earlier, but we kept getting guests in here.
That's fine.
Appreciate your patience.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot, Coach. Well, it's always better to have more guests than fewer, huh?
That's right. That's right. I like the insight of, I love that insight of Coach Daly.
Yeah, we thought we'd get another coach in here who's seen some of these teams. As we'll start out Dowling with the ball in a tie ball game here. Filer over to Clark. Looks like, we'll see the starting, man, Clark just forced that one up and in.
Got some contact on the way up, but she kept taking it right in, right at the defense, and was able to get it off the glass.
So Dowling takes the lead here in
3 seconds in the lane. Yeah, Logan Cook camping out down there and trying to get posted up, and they just didn't get her the ball in time.
And sometimes you see a little more of that when you have the defensive game where the offensive player isn't moving enough. Quick back the other way. Shot up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Lauren Zacharias for Iowa City. Here's a launch shot, and Clark brings it down. And we'll go back the other way. And through, tried to get it to Filer, went through, but Dowling keeps it. On the drive, Wanick back out. Oh, rattles in and out. And Moses runs it down to Filer. Now down the lane, the drive is up and good by Cataldo.
Well, that was great team effort all the way around. The hustle, saving the possession, and then Cataldo cutting to the basket.
And Dowling really passing crisply and attacking the basket this half.
I think much better to start this quarter than they did the entire first half.
Here's Iowa City West. Dowling starts out on the 4-0 run, knocked away by Clark. She'll bring it up, pulls up for three, long three, rattles down, no good. Rebound pulled down by Zacharias, and a jump ball just tied up. Filer tied her up. And that'll go back to Iowa City West. Here. Well, Dowling coming out kind of making a little statement maybe here to start this third quarter that, hey, we're coming out strong.
Yeah, they're playing a little more up-tempo with a little more sense of urgency and intensity in this quarter.
Here's West with it. They were looking for Cook down there in the block. They rotated around. Now they find her, but no, it's taken away by Cataldo. Here's Clark. Kayla Moses will drive, gets it knocked away by Cook. There's a scramble for it, and timeout called by Dowling. Kristen Meyer called a timeout there quickly when she saw that. I don't know if they had possession.
Well, a lot of bodies that the officials had to look through to see who had possession, but Kristen Meyer got out and and called the timeout to save the possession for Dowling.
So let's take a quick break here on CISN.TV. Back with more after this.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power price, $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs. $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back to action here. Wells Fargo and Iowa City West has it. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard. West is yet to score here in the third quarter after a tie at half, 21 all. Cook takes it, drives in, gets it stripped away. Clark throws it up ahead. Wannick, turnaround, good.
That's good. For the Maroons, number 23, Anna
Boy, that's what they can do when they can get out and run. If they can get the steal or off the rebound, that's when they're dangerous.
Zacharias inside, Cook. She's looking somewhere to go with it as Clark is on her. Cook over to Morgan. And Morgan drives and draws the foul. The goal gets Clark, I believe.
Fouls on the Maroons, number 11, Caitlin Clark, her first, team first. Number 1 for the Maroons, number 1, Ella McVeigh, and number 31, Grace Gaber.
Grace Gaber and Ella McVeigh into the ball game for Dowling, giving Moses and Wannick a rest. And City High will bound on their own basket to Cook. Emma Cook. And up and good.
Basket's good for West, number 24.
So she just
Emma
kept the
Cook.
dribble alive and kept working against Filer. Filer bodied up against her, but a nice move to the glass.
So finally, just about halfway through the third quarter, they get their first bucket. But only trailing by 4. Here's Clark. Drives, kicks it. The three, no good. Almost tapped out of there by Filer. It's taken by Morgan. She'll slow it up. Now lobbed in on the block. Cook, turnaround, has it stripped as she went back around. Here comes Cataldo. And she puts it up and good. Cataldo has 4.
Cataldo doing it at both ends, comes in from behind, gets the strip, and takes it all the way.
Back to a 6-point lead for Dowling. On the block, Cook drives in and she gets bumped, I think by Filer, maybe, we'll see. Yep. Filer give her a little hip check there.
I know coaches always talk about bumping cutters when they come through the lane, and that's what you want to have a little contact. Just, you know, bump them a little bit off course so they don't have a straight line to where they want to go. Sometimes you get caught.
Saunders with it. Looking for Cook in there. She's kind of sagging back on her. Now back out. And again, Dowling defense now is suffocating. Down the lane, can't get it to go. Battle for it, and that'll be a tie-up. Will go to Dowling. Saunders and Cataldo. Well, Cataldo's kind of been all over the place too for Dowling, isn't she?
She's had a nice third quarter, and you know, I think as Saunders went up, she got a little contact. I think that the officials are going to have them play through that unless it's really blatant. I think you got to adjust your game to the way the officials are calling it right now.
Here comes Dowling looking to build. Oh, strip from behind. Up and good by Rachel Saunders. It's the pick and then the coast-to-coast drive for the bucket.
Yeah, smart senior play, and now another turnover. As they extend that pressure off the make, they bring that full court pressure, surprise Dowling Catholic with it, and create a turnover.
Well, this is basketball, such a game of runs. We'll see now if Iowa City West gets back on one here. A little slow start for them. Clark comes out, and she gets called for the foul there.
Fouls on the Maroons, number 11, Caitlin Clark, her second, team third.
Second and the third on the team. West will get it in. There's a long shot over the basket again.
Saunders in the right spot to pull it down and then kicks it back out, gets everything reset.
Here's Emma Cook. Out for three. High rebound comes off to Grace Gaber. A quick look up the floor by Clark, but blocked underneath. And then a foul call coming back.
Well, it's been a physical third quarter.
Ella McVeigh. So Dowling already with 4 team fouls here to none for Iowa City West.
And number 15, Caitlin Moses.
Moses back in, Filer in for Dowling. Right wing on the drive. Can't get between the defenders. Morgan. And here comes Clark. And Morgan strips it between the legs, but can't get away with it. Back the other way. Tell us.
You know, you have to be smart about it. That defense is just hawking Caitlin Clark. That's a great pass over the top. Boy, that was sweet.
Right to the hand of Filer, so she only had to come down and put it up off the glass. And that's an art that a lot of players don't have, the lob in there.
Yeah, the touch on that pass and to hit the player right where they need to grab it so nobody else can get to it.
There's a three, rattles out. West's outside game just not falling for him right now. Clark spins out. Wanek will pull it out. Now back over to Clark. Clark will drive up through the pressure. Pull back out for three. No good. And pulled down by Emma Cook. Off the miss by Anna Wanek.
Now they can hold for one if they want to.
Emma Cook, tried to drive through and just went off the Dowling player. A little bad break there. She's trying to split the defenders, and then Dowling almost throws it away.
Things are starting to get a little tight right now.
Yeah. I think there's a little feeling between these two teams. They don't want to get too much separation here. Dowling with the 6-point lead, trying to add to that toward the end. Clark dribbles through, runner, no good.
At the end of the third quarter, it's Dowling Catholic 31, Iowa City West 25.
31-25. After three, we'll go to the fourth quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Seal, it's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more risks. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Back here at Wells Fargo, Rena Dar-Danielson, Laura Leonard. Laura, 10-4 quarter for Dowling in the third. They opened up what had been a tie at halftime there, and they came out strong to start that third quarter and got a little separation there. Not a lot, but a little.
Not a lot, but just enough, and it has been low scoring. I thought it'd be a little more high scoring than this between these two teams, but points are at a premium right now, and they're going to work both these teams very hard for every point that they get.
You see the dance cam here, and it'll be Iowa City West to get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Emma Cook into Zacharias. And lobbed inside. They go in between two defenders. And offensive foul.
Yeah, I
Boy,
think
you don't
they
see
are.
that very often, do you?
No, not very often. Set play coming out of the timeout. It's supposed to be set up to look like a long-range three-point shot, specifically to come up short, and so Logan Cook can go up and grab the rebound, but they had it well defended.
And she picks up the first team foul here, the second half. Oh, and Moses just caught her foot on the floor and lost that ball.
A lot of unforced turnovers right now for both teams.
Down the baseline. And a travel called on Emma Cook.
Into the lineup for the Maroons, number 31, Grace Gaber.
Grace Gaber back in for Dowling, and Moses go over. I don't know if she turned something when she caught that foot or not, but I think she's all right. And here comes Dowling again.
She's kind of stretching out that ankle, and you're right, she might have done something, so she's working on it.
Into Filer up top. She looks for Clark cutting through. She can't get it through the defense there of Becker. So far, no score here in the fourth quarter. And that one's off. Rebound. Cook back up. No good. Rebound to Filer and a foul.
Cook, frustration foul, reaching in, missed a couple of shots, and could not pull the rebound. Reaches in on Josie Filer.
Team second. Back into the lineup for West, number 2, Caitlin Morgan.
So the first foul on Cook, the second on Iowa City West. Morgan back in. Oh, textbook passing here by Dowling up the floor.
That was. That's how you break the press. They brought it out on the turnover, and they made Dowling work their way up the floor, but they did it very well with just precision passing.
So now Dowling will get it under their own bucket here. Still waiting for the first points of the fourth quarter. You get it to Clark, and they're all over her. She finds Filer low, and the foul.
Thread the needle with the pass, a good bounce pass. Filer left all alone down in the lane.
Filer to the line, shooting 68% on the season.
And that's seeing the floor right there, the two defenders on Caitlin Clark, and she saw Josie Filer open down low.
So the first points come with 6:26 to play. Almost 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter, and then we get a foul on the other end.
I think that might be on Gaber, just a little hand check.
Number 31, Grace Gaber. Team fifth.
That's already the fifth foul on Dowling.
Caitlin Moses.
Caitlin Moses back into the lineup, so going to test that ankle out.
And here's West. Lob it into Cook. She backs in against Clark, spins up through, leaves it short. Rebound battled for. Clark comes out of there with it. Clark takes it all the way down, kicks it out for three. Good! Mia Cataldo.
Cataldo has come up big in the second half, not only offensively but defensively, and that's a huge answer at the other end by Caitlin Morgan.
Morgan answers. And it's...
30-second timeout, West.
I'm having trouble keeping up with the score.
It's hard to because they're up and down the floor.
37-28 here, Dowling. We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here We don't just dream, we make history.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena, Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard. Dowling Catholic with the ball and a 37-28 lead. Baseline runner short. Filer battles, somehow pulls it out of there, puts it back, no good. And the rebound comes out to Cook. Lob over in the corner baseline. Drives through, reverse layup, no good. And Moses pulls it down and then gets tied up. And that'll go back to Dowling. Unlike the first couple of games, a little tension here in the fourth quarter. Both teams, it's a tight one, and they know that each bucket and each turnover or pass is a big one.
Each possession is huge, and you've got to value each possession. Turnovers, you can't have them at this point in time in the ball game.
Pressure, but Dowling gets through it. Cataldo will pull it out. Looks for Clark. She comes up and takes it. Filer, free throw line, hands off to Clark, but it's picked away. Now out on the break. And blocking foul called as Kaylin Morgan really leaned in on that one.
Well, you got to credit Kaylin Morgan on the defensive side because she did not, on that handoff, allow any kind of daylight to be able to make that handoff. And she disrupted that, allowed them to get the steal and go the other way.
That's the first on Cataldo, but the 16th foul. Morgan with the free throw.
Into the lineup for West, number 30, Paige Beckner.
Chance to cut the lead down a little more here. And she gets it.
Morgan scored the last 5 points for West.
And she's got 8 overall. Here now a 7-point lead for Dowling. There's a three. No good. Rebound comes out long to Morgan. Morgan takes it all the way in. And a foul called on Moses, I believe.
Yeah, I think it is Moses trying to set up, get the feet set, and Morgan walked right around her and took it to the rim, able to draw that contact.
Morgan back at the line. Hits that one.
Kaylin Morgan's dad played basketball at the University of Iowa. Michael Morgan. Mom played at Drake University. Chris Morgan. Chris Ferricks was her name when she played at Drake.
The lead down to 5.
It's where you have to be strong with the basketball. No, as soon as you pick it up, the defense is going to be draped all over you.
And it's, oh, there's a quick foul.
They're just waiting to pounce. Any loose ball, they're waiting to jump on it.
And really, that's just the third team foul, so they can take a few chances here because you don't want to get in a situation where you're down. You got to put together a bunch of fouls late here. Into Cook and over for 3 to Cataldo.
Clark had the straight line drive. The defense rotated over, shut her down, and she finds Cataldo.
Well, that would have been easy for her to try to take it to the basket, but she did get the pass.
Yeah, she gave it up. She was unselfish. Saw her force a lot of things in the first half, and here in the second half, been willing to give the ball up.
West pressure, but they get it through over the top to Cataldo, now to Filer. They're back to Clark. Clark will dribble through, gets the runner to go that time, Caitlin Clark. The first 2 points there in the fourth quarter, she's got 18 overall. And back to a 10-point lead for Dowling. Here's a three.
Zacharias knocks one down.
42-35, pressure taken away. Back the other way, Zacharias. And then it was called the block, and then a foul. Wow. Morgan drew right in the chest of the defender, and they said it was a clean block, and then Clark gets called for the foul on the putback.
Number 22.
There were a couple of strips that happened down there. And you know, one thing, I guess the whole lesson out of that is if you're a big on the inside and you bring that ball down around your waist, people are going to come in and try to grab it.
Yeah.
Yep, and you got to keep that ball up above your head.
So Cook misses the first free throw. McVeigh in for Dowling. Cook will get another one. And it rattles out, so a chance there for Iowa City West to get 2 points of the clock stopped, and then a foul there by Kaylin Morgan. And again, that's just the 4th team foul, so
Fouls on West, number 2.
I think with coming up on 3 minutes to play, they want to get a few of those up so if they have to foul and get them to the line, they can.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, you can gamble a little bit, and if you do pick up the foul, so be it. You gamble, but you also may get a steal. That was very close.
Yeah, that was close to hopping over the half line and over and back. If you catch it on this side and land on the other, then it's a turnover. Drive in Cataldo, pulls back, gets it to Clark. Kaylin Morgan on her. She gets a screen, then poked away. And now a scramble for it, and that'll go to West on the ultimate possession.
A lot of dribbling, and then a lot of hands swatting away at it, and that causes the turnover. Iowa City West going the other way.
Here comes Zacharias back in, and you're right. You move that ball down or pause for a second, and it's going to be all kinds of hands swiping at it. So here comes West, down by 7. Kick out, here's the 3. Gets the bounce and it goes.
Got the shooter's roll on that one, and a much needed 3 for West.
Kaylin Morgan's been clutch for them here in this 4th quarter. 2, 4, 7, 10 points for them in the 4th quarter. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
The Des Moines area is starting to buy trucks at Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP. Select new 17 Ford F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP. Select new 17 Super Duties. Schottenkirk Ford, the truck stop. Up to $13,000 off select new F-150s. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. The truck stops here. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard here on CISN.TV. 2:31 to play. And West Laura trying to make a comeback with Kaylin Morgan leading the way.
She's doing it all here in the 4th quarter, playing really solid defense on Caitlin Clark, disrupting the flow of the Dowling Catholic offense, and then getting down on the offensive end and knocking down some huge shots.
So West will again go in that full court pressure. They still only have 4 team fouls, so they can afford to go, and there's a foul, a hold down there.
I think they're going to get Kaylin Morgan trying to hold on the inbound play.
Just her second, 15 foul. Or is that 6?
I think that's 16 fouls, yep.
So one more now, they'll be in the bonus. And they get it into Clark. She's quickly triple teamed and somehow gets it out of there. I don't know how. Moses down and blocking foul called.
And I think that's Tellis that was trying to position herself against Caitlin Moses and just couldn't get the right angle as Moses tried to step around her.
Moses will step to the line for 2, hasn't scored yet today. And pops that one. The key 4th quarter free throw.
Moses, a senior, is going to go on to Iowa State and play softball for the Cyclones.
Second one for Moses, right through. 6-point lead. Dowling had headed up to 10. Iowa City West fought back, got it down to 4. Now a foul on the drive.
fouls on the Maroons. Number 15, Caitlin Moses.
Caitlin
Her
Moses
second.
with the foul.
Teammate.
8th team foul now on
Shooting for
Dowling.
West, number 2, Caitlin Morgan.
And Morgan will go back to the free throw line.
I think she's had 10 of their 13 points here in the fourth quarter.
19 foul on Dowling. In the line for West, number 3, Matea Tellis.
I will say it, she's hit 5 of 5 free throws. I don't want to give the announcer jinx, but she's 2 threes and 5 free throws, and she'll get one more free throw here.
I'm going to tell you this. I know her mom really well, so if it happens, I'm going to point her out and
well, there, okay.
You go. You're saved.
I'm saved by her daughter who can shoot free throws.
You're saved from the wrath of Chris Morgan.
Pressure by Iowa City West. They get it to Clark. Behind the back, spins, puts it up. No good. Clark battles for the rebound. There's a scramble. Timeout called. And that was wise there by, was it Zachariah? Or Saunders?
Saunders,
Saunders.
yeah.
She went down and right away knew Clark was there and called the timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break. Hang on. This last 2:02 could be who knows what. Back after this on CISN.TV.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Feet here on the pavement and big. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
Here at Wells Fargo, 2:02 to play. Iowa City West has outscored Dowling 15-13 in the fourth quarter, but they still trail here by 4. But they have the ball and a chance to cut into that lead. Down on the post. Cook looks, now kicks it outside to Morgan. On the drive in. It goes off of Dowling. It'll stay with Iowa City West.
Rachel Saunders trying to slash to the basket and got blocked. And they still retain that possession. Look for the lob into Cook.
Look for that, not there. They get it into the other Cook. Emma Cook, she throws it over, right side. Dowling not going to give up a 3 easily, doesn't look like. Down the lane, and how did she get that ball? Almost knocked away from Cook, but she kept it.
I'm not sure how she retained possession of it as she was going through, and now the full court pressure causes a turnover.
2-point ball game. West with the ball. Three-pointer. Lauren Zacharias.
She's hit some big three-pointers here in the fourth quarter.
59.8 seconds to play, and Iowa City West has come from 10 down. They'll go up 1.
Number 24, Emma Cook, her second teammate.
And Joseph Byler steps to the free throw line.
Back into the lineup for the Maroons, number 15, Caitlin Moses.
And Byler on the season, 68.1% free throw shooter. She hit her only free throw today, though. And drops that one in. Got a tie ball game. We were tied at half. Now with just under a minute to play, tied in the fourth. Byler could give Dowling the lead. Dean bounces around there, battle for it. It's going to go to Iowa City West. Wow.
Well, West has 1 timeout left. You wonder if they can get the ball down the floor, and are they going to hold it for the last shot?
Dowling's dropping off here. Here we go. Emma Cook over on the wing, now back over. Gonna drive up and good by Lauren Zacharias. She's got 8 points here in this fourth quarter. Gives West a 2-point lead. Caitlin Clark with it, drives between the defenders, puts it up and good. Clark ties it up. And timeout Dowling. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the final 29.2 after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, beside your style, we've got it all.
Here we are back at Wells Fargo Arena, 29.2 seconds to go. Laura Leonard, you talked about maybe West would hold it last time down when they went down and took the bucket, so you try to hold it now and go for the win, or?
Yeah, I think with 29 seconds left here, and you've got the one timeout, so if things get out of order and you don't like what you see, then go ahead and call that timeout. Make sure that the only problem there is if you can't get the ball inbounded, then after you call that timeout, you put yourself in a world of hurt. So I think that they probably are going to hold for one.
For Dowling, any foul now will be the double bonus. Iowa City still has one to give on the fouls, and it'd be the 1-and-1 if they fouled. So here we go. Iowa City West with it, trying to advance and knock off the higher seed Dowling Catholic.
And you also want to make sure you give yourself time for a putback, so you want to leave some time on the clock.
Here's the drive inside, double clutch, goes off, no good, rebound. Clark taps it away, Clark up ahead! Blocked out of there! We're going to overtime, wow!
It's Iowa City West 47.
What a recovery defensively, because Dowling had this ball game won.
Yeah, looked like they had the wide open run out, but let's see if they run the replay here. Yep, here we go. Come up and coming in was
Zacharias.
What a defensive play. That looked like the easy push out for the easy layup with 2 seconds to go to win it, but Zacharias didn't give up on the play. We'll go to overtime. Let's take a break. We'll do that. Be back with overtime after this on CISN.TV.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This is...
It has become something of a lost art. Remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Here at Wells Fargo Arena, Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard on CISN.TV. We're going to overtime, and Laura, Iowa City West goes on to win. That play by Lauren Zacharias is going to be one we'll look back on as a key.
That's a play of the game right there. I mean, that saved the ball game for Iowa City West.
It looked like an easy layup. Zacharias down the floor to block the shot. And Dowling couldn't get it back up here as they start the overtime with possession off the tip. Filer up top looking for Clark. They're sticking to her like glue. Now Clark tries to get it into Filer. And she's had those passes all game. That one just a little too much.
Yeah, that one, Filer had the position and needed to take one more step to it, but I think there was a little bit too much mustard on that pass as well. There was a little bit of heat behind that.
So Iowa City West will come back now. with possession in overtime. Battle back from 10 down in the second half. Shot, no good. Rebound, put back up, and a foul.
Logan Cook has had some trouble trying to get open in this second half. They've really done a good job of clamping down, but she flies in and crashes the boards for that offensive rebound.
So that's the third on Josie Filer, the 10th team foul, as you see the bump there. And the free throw just won't go for Logan Cook. She's got 4 points. Struggled a little bit at the free throw line, 0 for 3 at the line. Came in shooting 73%. And she gets that one though. Give them the lead. Here comes Clark, bringing it up for Dowling. They're in the white, Iowa City West in the dark uniforms. Up to Cataldo. She dribbles out to Moses. Filer and Cook really going at it underneath. Filer gets it and gets fouled, but by Emma Cook, I believe.
That was good, patient offense and a nice set by the Maroons as they worked the ball around, made some good crisp passes and dump it down low.
18 foul, but Filer will be shooting here. Free throw to tie it up.
Shooting for the Maroons. Back into the lineup for West, number 4, Lauren Zacharias.
And Filer could give Dowling the lead here, their first lead of the overtime. And does. Iowa City with it now, trailing by 1. Pull up for 3. No, it's 2.
Basket's good for West, number 13,
Saunders.
Rachel Saunders.
It's a 2.
Saunders looked like she was going to put the ball on the floor and take it all the way to the hoop, but then got the contact and then got the step back and knocked it down.
Back to a 1-point lead into Clark. Can't handle it. Filer goes for it, can't get it. And 3 players still down on the floor the other end, and back the other way in the drive and the foul as Zacharias took it down there.
Fouls on the Maroons.
I think they were going to bring somebody in for Filer, and she waved them off.
I know, and I think she's checked in, so I think she's going to go in. Just give her a time to clear her head a little bit.
Zacharias to the line. This is the first one.
In the lineup for the Maroons, number 35, J.C. Cote.
J.C. Cote will come in for Filer. Zacharias makes it a 2-point ball game.
Number 3, Matea Tellis.
Matea Tellis coming in for Iowa City West. The 2-point lead, the biggest tier of the overtime for either team. As we're just about halfway through the 4-minute overtime period now. Wanek to Clark. She's guarded by Morgan. Morgan strips it, now goes down, and the foul is going to be called on Clark. And I think she's a little mad because Clark came down hard on her, but I don't know if that was, you know, she was diving for the ball.
Right, everybody's diving for the ball, and
but when you're on underneath and your head hits that floor, you get a little upset.
You feel like it's a little excessive, and you know what? Credit Kaylin Morgan for getting the hands in there on the dribble as Caitlin Clark tries to make the move.
Morgan hits it.
Maroons,
they're in the double bonus now. Filer will come back in and makes it a 3-point lead here for Iowa City West. Morgan hits both of them, clutch free throws in the overtime. Makes it a 4-point lead for Iowa City West. Clark had that, might have been partially blocked, and it goes out of bounds now to Dowling.
Yeah, I think she got a piece of it, and you know, you don't necessarily need that big 3 right now. Go ahead and play and get your high percentage shot.
trying to get it in. They do get it in to Cataldo. Over to Clark. Clark crosses over, pulls up, and rebound pulled down in the foul on Filer, I think, maybe. Or no.
Might be on Anna Wanek.
Wanek, okay.
Shooting 2 for West, number 3, Matea Tellis.
Tellis has done some good work off the bench for Iowa City West. She'll shoot 2. And hits it.
Maroons, number 31, Grace Gaber. In for the Maroons, number 1, Ella McVeigh.
And we have one more free throw coming here. You see the shot down the lane. And it's good.
They're knocking them down when they count.
Now do you try for the 3?
I think you try to get a 3 here, or the traditional three-point play, but she got the 2.
Got the 2.
Full time.
And makes it a 4-point ball game with 1:32 to play here in the overtime. Let's take another break. We'll do that and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
At Wells Fargo Arena, 1:32 to play in overtime. Iowa City West with the ball and the lead. Heavy pressure by Dowling. Got to get across before the 10 count. They do.
They're going to play keep away, and
Cataldo will foul, because everything here is 2 shots.
Fouls on the Maroons, number 21.
And they got the ball in the hands of the player that has had the hot hand from the free throw line.
Caitlin Morgan. Into the lineup for the Maroons, number 23.
Good shooter's bounce on the rim there.
In for West, number 3, Matea Tellis.
Now it's going to extend it back out if she knocks this one down to a 6-point lead.
Oh, rattles out, no good. Moses with the rebound. So 2-possession game here for Dowling. Clark backs in, now tries to go behind the back. It's off of Iowa City West though, so it'll stay with Dowling.
Right, just their quickness is so impressive defensively. They're anticipating so well every move that Dowling Catholic makes.
Lob it out to Moses, to Clark, back over, into Filer, knocked away, but it'll stay with Dowling.
Again, the quick hands. You got to go out and get after that ball. If you're the offense, you got to step to the pass.
Clark lobs it out again. They watch her in the corner, don't let her get it back. Filer has it. Moses in, back out for 3 for Clark. No good, battle for it. And a tie up, 2 Dowling players and 1 Iowa City player to go to Iowa City on the alternate possession. As Wanek and Filer, and they're on it.
In the lineup for the Maroons, number 1, Ella McVeigh. And number 33,
McVeigh and Gaber coming in for a little defense here.
Little offense-defense substitution.
5-point lead for West. Under a minute now to play in the overtime. And they just get it in, but foul called.
I'm going to say the foul before the turnover. Going to send Saunders to the line.
Go against Moses. Her third, but that's
for West, number 13, Rachel Saunders.
Rachel Saunders will shoot 2.
.74% free throw shooter.
You got her for 1 of 4 today.
Into the lineup for the Maroons, number 23.
Didn't look like she felt any pressure there, though.
No, not at all.
Right through.
Number 3, Matea Teller.
And she hits them both.
West's going to take a timeout.
We'll do a quick break here. Come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
The Power Price Event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power price, $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox, $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs, $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price Event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back here at Wells Fargo Arena, Iowa City West has hit some free throws and extended the lead out to 7 here with 52.4 to play in the overtime. Laura Leonard, this is where you hopefully maybe get Caitlin Clark open for a 3 and get it quick, and then you can go into that pressure defense.
Yeah, you've got to figure out a way to get the quick shot, and it doesn't necessarily. Everybody's going to be keying in on Caitlin Clark. Mia Cataldo has hit some big shots. They also have some other players on the floor that can hit it or go get the quick 2.
Into Filer. Over to Clark. Here's a 3. No good. Rebound comes off to West. And then a foul on Cataldo.
Caitlin Clark didn't want to go out and foul. Was hollering for teammates to come and foul. She's got 4.
Yeah, she didn't want to go out of the game, which is smart, but you gotta sometimes you gotta get that foul quick. But
yeah, sometimes you have to make that split-second decision.
And Morgan hits the free throw again. And hits them both. So a 9-point lead. Dowling's going to have to score a lot in a hurry here. Clark looks at it. They're all over her, though. Jumper short. Battle for it.
And they got a foul underneath instead of a jump ball, it looks like.
Yeah.
Fouls on the Maroons, number 21, Mia Cataldo.
Her 4th.
Shooting 2 for West, number 24, Emma Cook.
So Emma Cook will go to the free throw line.
You can probably put this one out of reach. And what a huge comeback for Iowa City West.
Down by 10 as she hits the free throw. And Dowling come out to start that third quarter and just looked like, rejuvenated there as Sego and rattles out. But now the lead back up to 10. Moses for 3. No good. Rebound Filer put back up. And
that's good for Filer.
That's good.
Full timeout, Maroons.
Let's just keep it right here. And yeah, right now it's 10 points. That's
tough to
a lot
make
to overcome. You need maybe one of those where you're shooting a 3, get fouled, get a 4-point play or something, or some quick steals. But you talked about it. Iowa City West got down 10 but just kept battling back, and they kept the defense up. And it's like we talked about all game long. They just know, seems like, where they're at on the floor, where the passes are going to go defensively.
The quickness of the defense, the anticipation, and I think they had Dowling Catholic well scouted. I think they probably had the opportunity to watch some film and had people that put together a really nice game plan and knew exactly what they needed to do to defend Caitlin Clark, because everything runs through her. If you slow her down, the other things of the offense, the other parts of the offense break down.
Yeah, I've got her for what, 22?
22.
And, you know, averaging 27, which isn't a lot off of her, you know, what she averages. But
9 of 26.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of shots here today.
And up the floor, and this may just do it here. In the overtime, they're going to get the foul. But with 6 seconds to play.
Fouls on the moons, number 23, Anna Wanick.
Anna Wanick with her fourth. It's going to be all.
Number 13, Rachel Saunders.
Rachel Saunders will go to the line. She's hit 3 of 4 from the line in the overtime. And gets that one to go.
And they've done it at the line. I mean, they've had the opportunity. They've shot a lot of free throws here in the fourth quarter and taken advantage of that.
And there's a 3, won't go at the buzzer. And the final in overtime, Iowa City West 63, Dowling 53. So the first game of the day where the higher seed falls here, and it came in overtime.
Well, it was a hard-fought victory for Iowa City West, and everybody knew that it was going to be a really good game between these two. And I just have to say, defense won this ball game for Iowa City West.
So Dowling, or Iowa City West, will move on to meet the winner of Cedar Falls, Indianola, coming up here at just a little bit. We'll take a quick break, come back and wrap up this one after this on CISN.TV.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
As part of our 100% renewable vision, with this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And we'll play the winner of Cedar Falls.
The final here, 63-53, Iowa City West over Dowling Catholic in overtime. We'll run down the scoring for you quick. Caitlin Clark leading Dowling with 22, Mia Cataldo with 12, Josie Filer with 12, 2 for Caitlin Moses, 2 for Anna Wanick, 3 for Grace Gaber. That rounds out the scoring. For Iowa City West, Kaylin Morgan with 20, 13 for Rachel Saunders, 9 for Lauren Zacharias, 9 for Emma Cook, 7 for Leia Tellis off the bench, 5 for Logan Cook. So a comeback and then hitting the free throws down the stretch, Laura, for Iowa City West when they needed them to hold off Dowling.
And you know what? Let's don't forget the big play at the end of regulation.
That's
Zacharias with the block, because Dowling had this game won with a breakaway layup, and Zacharias came out of nowhere to block that shot to put it into overtime.
Yeah, it looked like Dowling was going to put it up with about 2 seconds to go. It'd come to the basket, time would run out, and Dowling would move on. But Zacharias came out of nowhere, as you said, blocked it, and that was probably be the play of the game here. But, man, this is a fun one.
This was a great one, and it was intense, and it was physical, and there were a lot of things that happened. A lot of great players on the floor and some young talent that, we may see them here again next year.
All right, well, we appreciate you sitting in with us today.
Thank you, I had a blast.
We'll have to clean our stuff up and get out of the way for
That's
the next
right.
game, get it going here. The final here in overtime, it's Iowa City West, what was it, 63-53. There we go. That'll wrap it up on CISN.TV.
Thanks for watching our live coverage of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can check CISN.TV for a replay of this game. The free coverage of today's game was presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers, and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.
And there's the travel. I expect Riley